Have you ever felt emotionally exhausted from being the strong one? Well, we often celebrate self-sufficiency, but we never truly question, at what cost? Hello and welcome to another episode of Women Talk. I'm your host, Danielle, and we often celebrate independence as strength, being self-sufficient and capable, and not needing anyone. But what happens when that strength becomes a shield? When I've got this turns into, I can't let anyone in. So this episode, we unpack what hyper-independence really look like and where it comes from. In this hot seat with me to discuss this epidemic, we have Genevieve Kam, music director and composer, and Aini Suhardi, content creator. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for coming to the show.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Of
Thanks
course.
for me and Genevieve are matching today.
Yes, of course. You guys look so cute today, and it's really interesting because before, we started this show, I was asking you guys a little bit about hyper-independence, and I realized you guys have kind of opposing views on what it actually means, and I can't wait to actually get into it with you. And I want to start with Genevieve. I think, in your line of work, you're always in live performances, and you've brought complex creative ideas into play. So you're constantly expected to stay composed and also, stay on everything, on top of everything. So when that kind of independence starts to feel emotionally draining, how do you actually pace yourself?
First of all, when I'm under pressure, I have to take a step back and ask myself, why am I under pressure? Is it something that is self-inflicted? Is it a circumstance that is beyond my control, or is it something that it's just life happens? So and for me, what helps is a very healthy community around me. I have this what I call like an inner circle, where even being an independent and a leader, right, in my field, what is important is people have to speak life back into me, because I can't be strong all the time. I'm human, right?
But when you say I take a step back, how do you as a leader take a step back in times when everyone actually expects you to show up or need you to show up?
I have to prioritize. Okay, what is most important at that moment?
Right.
And for me, I mean, whether it's is the stress related to family, or is it strictly only work? And from there, if it involves family, then my priority will be family. So then work has to be secondary.
In your platform, you're always very vulnerable and you're authentic in your vulnerability. But when do you actually feel like, I can't rely on anyone? I think that it's just me against the world. And how do you deal with that?
I started feeling that, through experiences where the feeling of I can't rely on people. Like, when I ask for help, people just shut me down. Or people are always so busy. So I've started to teach myself to be, to train myself to be more, I have to learn to be a backup plan for myself rather than seeking help.
Yeah.
So again, yeah.
I mean, that's in common with a lot of women also. We always glorify independence and doing things on our own, never relying on other people. Is that a mindset that is taught to us emotionally?
I don't think, I guess it's both. It's taught to us, and then I also feel that it's the environment as well, because, we have this perception where people always say, it's about independent, strong women. But going back again to this whole topic where people don't really talk enough about the emotional cost behind it.
Maybe because I'm older than both of you guys. So it's like maybe I used to have that mindset when I was a lot younger.
So teach us your wisdom.
So
share
I
with
know.
us.
So for me, after going through that phase in my life, first and foremost, the word being strong, right? I've learned that words don't really matter, but how you picture words really matter. So how do you picture the word strong? And if strong means being hyper-independent, then you will have a very different picture from being healthy, independent.
Interesting.
So, and for me, I used to like to be very independent, like, that was strength, being able to solve all my problems. But through the years, I realized that was pride.
Right.
Because I feel like I don't need people, and I found that I couldn't grow because I was only relying on my own ability, and we are created with people around,
Yes.
and people come across our path to make us stronger. So that's why, like a wise man once said to me, alone you can go faster, and together you can go further.
That's so good.
That's
So
very
that
true.
for me is strength. Then you can grow when there's people.
How, and this is a question for Aini, how do you think you can implement this kind of mindset moving forward, knowing that, yes, we can be alone, but at the same time, we need to have a group of people supporting our vision?
I think I just have to realize that it's okay to let your guard down a little bit and let people in, because not everyone will have bad intention towards you. And growing up, I have that mindset, like, oh my God, I feel like this person doesn't have doesn't have good intentions for me. So moving forward, I guess the first step is to lower my wall.
Yes, that's very true. We've talked about the pressure to hold it together and whether doing it alone is strength or control. We'll take a short break, and when we're back, we'll get into the emotional cost of always being the strong one. You're still with us on Women Talk. I'm Diana, and exploring our topic with me are Genevieve and Aini. On the surface, hyper-independence can look like confidence, but it sometimes can be control, and our pride can get in the way. And beneath it, there's often a quieter reality: loneliness, emotional exhaustion, and relationships that struggle to go deeper. So in this segment, we're going to go a little bit deeper with our guests on their own experiences. So basically understanding the hidden cost of being the strong one. So let's talk about that. And I think the first segment was really interesting. I love opposing views on my show because I really want to see what it actually means from different people, especially. And to the both of you, loneliness and emotional guardedness often show up together. Why do you think that's so, or otherwise?
Like for me, I feel safe, but at the same time I feel alone. I wouldn't say lonely, because lonely is such a huge word.
Right. Feeling alone, but also, do you have a problem trying to have people enter your life or participate or contribute to your life?
For me, the problem is always letting people into my life, because
Is it a trust issue? Is it a control issue?
Yes, I think it's more of a trust issue. Like growing up, oh man, I don't want to talk about childhood traumas, but
Oh, we could.
no, because that's what it is, right? Because the personality that we have now is shaped from our childhood trauma.
Or maybe it's the kind of exposure that we've, been put into, the kind of dynamic that we've seen when we were growing up.
Yes.
And I think, Genevieve, you want to add to, maybe a
Oh, yes,
different
she has
view.
an interesting
You have a
point
very
to that.
interesting point about this.
I don't think I struggle with loneliness because I always have people around me. So being in whatever work that I go through, I always have my accountable parties. And of course, the one that's always going to tell you the truth is my spouse and my family, my parents. And I find that asking them is actually a necessity. So I don't get too caught up in my own world and my own views. So I will always get back to them and say, okay, this happened. What do you think about it?
That's
And then they will give me a very different perspective, and that's where it doesn't mean I'm not independent in what I do, but the thing is, when I consider what they have to say, then I learn and I grow from there.
Is this something that you've always adopted from when you were young?
Yes, because whenever I get back from school, my mom will always sit me down during lunch and we will always talk.
Okay. So which part of you is hyper-independent? Because I think you have healthy independence.
No, but I mean, by the sound of it, Genevieve, I feel like growing up, you have a solid family foundation, and not many families are blessed with that. you know.
I'm very blessed with that.
I mean, you said earlier that, you know, you can always ask your parents, you know, people around you growing up. I can't do that in my household. Like, you know, growing up, you know, I come from a very Melayu Kelantan background. So it's very strict in our household. Like, we can't see. And we're not even allowed to express our emotions, our, you know, any feelings. So
That's more culture, isn't it? But it also shapes you.
yes, exactly.
But what's the one thing, and I think you guys can both have an opinion on this, about being independent or just relying too much on yourself that is costing you? What does that actually do to you?
For me, I think some friends or some people in my life, I mean, I think they're pretty offended with how I mean, it's not how I treat them, it's because, you know, I always have this wall up, so they feel like I don't appreciate them, I don't need their presence, but in reality I do, but I don't mean it.
If you do, then how do you, in other ways, show that you actually do want them to be in your life? If you know, like Genevieve will ask, okay, what do you think about this? And how do you consider that? But I think you and I were like, no, it's okay. I have this.
Like, I
it's
know.
all right. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm still working on that. But I think for me now, I try to show up more. So to you know, say, you know, for any of their kids' birthday celebration parties, I show up. So I show up more. I call them more. I text them more. So that's my way of saying, listen. It's not like I don't want you in my life. I want you, but I'm just working on myself right now.
That's nice. It's always good to also internalize that you do need to work on yourself. We're getting there.
I know.
Yeah. And in high performance spaces, Genevieve, you know, it's often tied to being burnt out. So how do you think this actually relates to being hyper independent or not wanting to rely on people?
First and foremost, when someone burns out, it means you're just doing too much. And I think it all starts in the mind. It is very dangerous when our mind is our master.
Yeah.
So I think taking hold of what is going through in our minds is very important, and we need to filter. I think the problem with society today is there's too much. It's not like what are we not doing, it's more like what should we stop doing. So then recently I just learned to really slow down and okay, this needs to go, this needs to go, and just cut everything, because I noticed that it affects my focus and it affects the quality of what I'm bringing, because I'm like busy doing this and then I want to do this and then it's like, and then I found that it affected my memory. Because I'm not focused.
Listening to all of this, we have to do less and everything like that, which we struggle with. What centers you though?
For me, God. So honestly, it took me a long time to get to where I am now spiritually. So I truly believe that, oh my God, okay, I believe in the Creator, I believe in God. Like, any problems I have, I pray. So it sounds cliche, but that's
my go-to.
I know, yeah. Some people just go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay,
you know, yeah.
No, but that's the most important. Like for me, right? If I'm under a lot of pressure and I feel like, okay, this job is like too much. I can't take it. There's so many problems happening. You know, when I take a step back, I have to remind myself that if He gave me this job, He's gonna see me through it. So that's the focus that I need to remember, because then there will be a lot of lies and other voices that's coming that's going to just tear us around.
No, that's true.
Apart,
right? A lot of whys, a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
And that's the worst, having what ifs in your brain.
We've talked about all the hidden costs of always being the strong one, how it can feel isolating and hard to carry alone. And next, we'll explore what it means to finally let people in. But before that, we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Women Talk. Today, women are expected to be independent, successful, emotionally resilient, and still somehow soft and available for others. We're told to have it all, but rarely shown how to lean onto anyone along the way. Are we, as women, being conditioned to carry too much alone? And how do we maintain the connections and appreciate the help that is just right in front of us? But Are we really ready to acknowledge that? So anyway, with me, Genevieve and Aini, I have questions for the both of you. And the segment before, I think it's really important because it talks about how we try to regulate ourselves within this independent space as women. And, you know, I think, Aini, I want to ask you, when we talk about not wanting to ask for help and thinking that we can do everything alone, if you can at any point ask for help, what kind of help do you really want or need?
Okay, so my love language is act of services. So it's always like people making things easy for me, you know?
Yeah, but like, how? You're like, it's okay.
I know. Okay, well, so now, I mean, just recently I started, you know, like, I would just text friends and say, okay, are you free to talk? Like, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Do you think this is worth asking for help? Or, I mean, am I just overthinking things, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I do. But, you know, and then for me, because I'm still single, so when I think about, oh my God, I feel like I need someone in my life. Like, I need someone to do this. And then my friends would go like, you don't need a husband, you need a driver.
Do you really need someone?
Yeah,
or do you need to commission someone?
Yeah, I was like, no, I mean, you have Grab, you have all these other apps, features to make your life easy.
I think you're not dimanjakan. It's, you know, and I think hyper-independent women, we're just like,
and we don't know how. Like, what do you mean? Because people always see us as someone strong, you know, someone yang not a manja person.
Yeah.
So how do we suddenly like, you know, you can't go from yes, I want it to please help.
Do you see yourself kind of getting, I wouldn't say getting better, but improving in ways that you feel fit the needs at this point, your needs at this point? Okay.
Yes. Like, honestly, I was in such a bad place. If you guys see me 10 years ago, I was not me now. So I'm much grounded, rooted with my emotions now. You know, so back then I could never identify emotions.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if I was supposed to feel angry or sad. So I had friends to tell me that, oh my God, you're supposed to feel angry. You're supposed to be angry.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, yeah, I am angry. You're making me angry now.
Nice.
Yeah, so I so much better. Like
women that I know commonly is they put other people's needs above their own, especially when they have to be a leader or, you know, someone that's serving everyone at home.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of categorize your needs versus other people's needs and prioritize from there?
I think first there must be very healthy boundaries. You don't need to help everyone. And
that's Genevieve, that's so good.
you can't save the whole world, right?
Yeah.
So,
I know, because some people see it as being selfish, you know?
Yeah.
but then again, if that's how they're going to think, then so be it, because we are not answerable to other people's opinions.
It's uncomfortable at first, I think.
Yes.
And then
You have to set that healthy boundary, because not everyone gets to get into that space of your, you know, there's like levels. First, you don't share all your personal problems with someone that you just meet for the first time.
True, yeah.
So there are layers of how much you allow someone to enter
Your life.
What about overcompensation within the people who need you, within the circle of where you should be giving service to people? Where is that healthy boundary supposed to stop or like start?
Yeah.
It depends who. For me, priority is to my husband, because when we're married, he has to be number one. And sometimes coming from a very strong family background, I forget that. And I tend to prioritize the other side. So when the awareness is very, very important. And I think just listening is very, very important.
Yeah.
I think sometimes independent women struggle to listen because they think they're always right. And I struggle with that for the longest time. I struggled to listen, especially to my husband, because we come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So I felt like because I'm independent, so I know it better, and maybe because I felt like, you know, it's that, to a point, it's that superiority complex kind of thing that I think I know it better than you.
Or maybe this is my life, I know how to run it.
Yeah, and I've been running it for the longest time and it worked.
Yeah, and that's probably the cost of hyper-independence, is you always think that your way is
the
right.
way, yeah.
So how has hyper-independence cost you in your life?
Ooh, I think for me, relationships. Oh no, but to be fair, I think it's everything in general.
Yeah.
Because I'm the kind who is I don't know how to receive because
Yeah.
I'm always the one giving. So when people want to give something, I mean not like things, just like time or anything, I just feel I get weirded out by it. I'm like, oh, you really want to give something? Again, that it goes back to, oh my God, did I offend my friends? Did I offend these people?
Yeah.
But yes, it's everything in general, and I am still very much trying to work on it.
To be honest, I think, like Genevieve said, when we try to create boundaries, it will sort of put people off at first.
Yes.
But then they will actually respect you for it, and that is the best thing that we can do for
But
ourselves.
the thing is, it takes a while for them to kind of respect, because that timeline between they feel uncomfortable to them being the acceptance of, okay, yes, I get it, where you are now. So that it can take years. It
Because
can
if
take
you
months.
oblige everyone, you're going to be a pleaser and you're going to burn out.
Strength doesn't always look like having it all together, and sometimes it looks like letting someone in, asking for help, and allowing yourself to be seen. Thank you so much, Genevieve, and thank you so much, Aini. You
Thank
guys are
you.
so interesting, in your polar opposites. I've learned so much
I
from
know.
each of you.
It's crazy how we're so the complete opposite, but it's
Yeah.
great. We're learning from each other.
Yes.
And to our audiences back at home, if you like our topic of discussion today, don't forget to send us some love on our social media. Follow, comment, and engage on our socials at Women Talk TV3, at TV3 Malaysia. I'm Diana. Goodbye and have a good weekend.